My name's Andrea Johnston, I'm 35 years old and I'm a glider pilot. I have an inexplicable fascination with the air that's lasted my whole life, and I'd fallen in love with the outback, and it was just a couple of months into my time in Alice Springs when I crossed the path of a couple of glider pilots. They invited me along to one of their open days and I was hooked from then. I'd done a lot of research into air sports before I took up gliding, and it was my impression, given that they're so silent when they cross through the sky, that it was probably all a little bit sedate for me. The real experience was absolutely the opposite of what I thought. The winch launch is 45 degrees straight up. It's like being catapulted off an aircraft carrier, and there's some serious G's involved in gliding. Gliding is a lot more exciting than what I expected it to be. They can travel at some speeds. They can travel about 300 kilometres an hour, and records are always being pushed and being broken. Sometimes I get the question, do they just let you fly the plane on your own when you try it? I mean, of course they don't. You're flying a plane. So I had a year of training with an instructor in the back before I went solo. When you go solo for the first time, you generally just do a circuit. You don't want to sort of go off flying for ages. You've got a lot to think about. So I just did a circuit, but I do remember a smile crept across my face and I was thinking, I can fly an aircraft and I'm on my own. It's a dream come true. When you're ready to go solo, you're not a perfect pilot, and I don't think any pilot would ever claim to be perfect. That's what's so good about the sport. You have a lifetime of learning in front of you. From the point of solo onwards, that's when the real learning starts. I think landing an aircraft is one of the most rewarding things I've ever been able to do. That in itself rewards you with a clarity of mind that you can't get from any other experience. The thing I really like about gliding is that it's such a personal challenge. It's made me into a better person. It's made me focus on self-care, because I need my brain cells to land that plane. Flying glider certainly gives you a sense of freedom. It's the freedom of the skies, it's the freedom of a 3D environment. I can go north, south, east, west, up or down. I can do what I liked within reason. I know people that have flown across the whole of Australia. There's the freedom to do that. Flying over the outback is incredible. I can see for hundreds of kilometres. It's space, it's a sense of, it's complete freedom for your mind. Sometimes we fly with eagles, and that's just staggering. I mean, a girl from England flying with some big wedge-tailed eagles over the outback. I never envisaged that would be part of my life, and that's a tremendous freedom. I love aerobatics. That's what's really got me hooked. The top of a stall turn or the top of a loop, or when you're upside down and you can just see the earth from a completely different perspective and you're weightless at the same time, just that visual impression, I'll never forget it. I've always wanted to go to space, and I hold out hope that I will one day have that opportunity. You never know, but this is as close, I reckon, as you can get to that experience. It's unfortunate that there aren't more females coming into the sport, but for me, I don't feel like a girl, particularly when I'm at the gliding club. I'm just a pilot and I'm not treated any differently. It hasn't taken me any less time or any more time than any of the boys to learn to fly. Contrary to popular belief, you do not have to have your own glider. There's plenty of clubs and we've all got training gliders, so we can train people from teenagers right up to 80-year-olds. You don't need to be rich to take part in the sport. I might spend $60 flying a glider around for an hour of a weekend. That $60 is a worthy investment in my flying career. It's an investment in myself. I'm learning about myself. I've got a social life with my friends at the gliding club. It's great value for money, I would say. Gliding's a surprising sport. You might find that you absolutely love it, or you might find it's totally not for you. But either way, if you've tried it, then at least you know. Depending on your personality and what you want to do, there's a number of directions you can take gliding. I like aerobatics, and I'm looking forward to getting my aerobatic endorsement to one day have a lot of fun in the skies under my own steam. But you can fly for enjoyment, you can fly for competition, you can fly to improve yourself. You can fly because you want to be an airline pilot. You can fly for any reason. Just take up gliding and find out for yourself. I'd love to encourage people to just come out and have a look. You don't need to know anyone at the airfield. We're a very friendly bunch. I'm sure we'll make you feel very welcome. Just come and have a go. If you want to find out more about gliding, I'd recommend Gliding Federation of Australia is a good place to start, and their website can be found at glidingaustralia.org.